Iowa Live.
From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, welcome to Iowa Live. I am Lou, and it is time to visit with Kim Baer from the Baer Law Office and talk about something that a lot of people have some misconceptions about. First of all, Kim, good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you, Lou.
All right, let's talk about common law marriage, because there's so many people that think they know what the law is when it comes to common law marriage.
They do, and there's a misconception, and I don't know where this came from, but there's a misconception that if you've been dating someone or living with someone for longer than 7 years, then you are automatically common law married.
Okay, I think I know where that came from. It came from some guy who never popped the question.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And their significant other.
Yes. Wishful thinking by the woman. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But regardless, explain what this is.
Yeah. So in Iowa, and the laws differ state to state, but in Iowa with regard to common law marriage, it's not based on the number of years. So in other words, you could be dating someone, let's say you're dating them, and within a year, you start wearing rings. You hold yourself out, you call each other husband and wife. Your family members and friends think that you're married. You maybe have a ceremony, but maybe you didn't fill out the paperwork. So maybe we just go out into the wilderness and pledge our love to each other. And
wow.
And so all those things. Are we filing tax returns together? In Iowa, it's a factor test, and you don't have to meet all the factors. But if you are holding yourself out as being a married couple, or you are doing enough that you're giving an intent to the other person and to the people around you that you intend to be married, and that's your intention, I'm treating you as my spouse, then you're probably common law married.
Wow, and you said that if you hold yourself out as being a married couple, so would that be even introducing somebody, hey, this is my wife?
Yes.
That would suffice.
Well, it might not suffice alone. I mean, again, it's a factor test, and so you want probably more than one factor. But if it's you and I, and you give me a ring, and I'm wearing it on my ring finger, and you're calling me the missus, and maybe you're calling me your wife, and then here's one that we see a lot of. Let's say that I want to be on your health insurance, or you want to be on my health insurance. There is usually an affidavit that one of us will fill out, and we'll both sign saying we're common law married to get health insurance.
Wow.
So that's an affidavit, and clearly you don't want to commit insurance fraud. So if you are telling the insurance company we are common law married, that is a huge factor.
Okay. So, now, what about living arrangements? Is that part of the factors too?
Yeah, that's one of the factors. Tax returns. How are you filing your tax returns? And as you might imagine, I mean, sometimes we have the affidavit for health insurance, but we don't have tax returns.
Okay.
But so then when somebody comes in to talk to me about that, I ask them, well, have you been wearing rings? If I ask your children, do they think you're married? If I ask your friends, do they think you're married? I had a case recently where the woman actually had legally changed her name to add the person's last name. So that's a factor. I mean, so you look at all the factors, and what the court's looking at is, what was your intent? I mean, what intent have you given to the other person and to the people around you? Okay,
now you said that the typical thing that a lot of people think of is what the 7 years, if you're together 7 years or more, that was the number that's floating around. But it sounds like it could be a matter of weeks or months.
Absolutely. Weeks, months. I mean, it could be years. It's really how you hold yourself out to the people around you and to each other.
Okay, so if people have questions, about this, because there's a lot of people that out there that are still thinking the old way of thought.
Absolutely. I have people call me and they'll say, well, we are common law married. And I'll say, well, whoa. Tell me why, And sometimes it's, well, we've been together for 10 years. And then I start going through the factors, and if it's no, I'm like, I don't think that you have enough to prove common law marriage. And then other times people think they're not common law married, and we go through the factors, and maybe they have enough.
Wow, and what happens in that case? If they don't think they are, but they in fact are?
Yeah, if they don't think they are, and they're breaking up, then we tell them you need to get a divorce. And we also explain to them that now we need to figure out, when did you start holding yourself out as a married couple? Because now we're talking about the division of marital property.
Wow, and so this really is, it could get complicated.
It absolutely can.
Yeah,
yes.
But the good thing is you can sort these things out.
Yeah, well, we have experience handling these types of things. And so, if you already have an attorney, certainly talk to your attorney about it. And if not, not and you need some advice, give us a call.
And how long does it typically take to get things worked out in a situation like that?
Typically, just sitting down with somebody for a consultation, we can figure out how many factors are met. I mean, just a few weeks ago, I sat down with someone and said, could you go get for me these documents, because I really want to see what they say. So they're out gathering the documents so that we can help advise them as to whether or not we think there's a common law marriage.
All right, so if that is on your mind, you're thinking about that and you're considering whether or not you are in fact common law married, Kim, you'd be the perfect person to get a hold of. What's the easiest way to get a hold of you or anyone at your office?
Yeah, sure. Just give us a call at 515-279-2000. We're always happy to help.
All right, Kim, great job as always. And thanks for answering those questions and clearing things up.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Lou.